Today on Hong Kong Blu-rays, we'll be looking at the Blu-ray release of the Yuppie Fantasia 3.
Welcome to Hong Kong Blu-rays. I'm Shaz.
And I'm Leon.
If you enjoy our review of the Yuppie Fantasia 3, give us a like. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so you keep up to date with all of our reviews.
Also, if you'd like to, please leave us a comment. We'll get back to you as soon as we can, and we would both love to hear from you.
The Yuppie Fantasia 3 is a comedy drama and was released in 2017. The copy we have is by Panorama Corporation Limited. The running time is 94 minutes.
This time round, in the director's chair, is Lawrence Cheng himself, the star of the movie.
Also starring is Anthony Chan as Wong Fei,
Chrissie Chau as Bobo,
Larine Tang as Hei Hei,
Hedwig Tam as Sam,
and Babyjohn Choi as Wong Ho.
I'm the storyteller, and my stories must be told.
Some 20 years since we last saw Foon, Anne and friends, we find Foon with a successful career, but alone. Anne left him many years ago with their young daughter Hei Hei. Foon has since thrown himself into his work in the hope Anne and Hei Hei will return and be able to provide them with everything they could ever wish for. However, Hei Hei returns without Anne, and Foon and Hei Hei start to build a relationship from scratch. There are many ups and downs along the way. What did you think of part 3?
Well, let me just say, firstly, I expected that I wouldn't enjoy a more modern take on it as much as the originals. Mm-hmm. As you know, I'm a fan of classic Hong Kong cinema. Mm-hmm. I was pleasantly surprised. This film was really good. It was sentimental, it was funny, it was extremely well acted, and the story went in a good direction. I really enjoyed where Lawrence Cheng took the film this time round. I think he did an admirable job after 27 years. To do what he did, I thought was really, really good. What was your take on part 3?
I loved it, really. Like you, I didn't think I'd enjoy it any more than the first two, but it blew me away, to be honest. I felt like I cared about Foon so much more in this one than I did in the previous two films. I really, really loved his character.
Yeah, it was quite heartwarming, and the relationship between Foon and Hei Hei, his daughter.
Yeah, it was really sweet.
It was really sweet, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a little bit comical.
Yeah,
but that made it more endearing, you know. This film wraps its, hands around your heart and holds it in a nice way, you know. I think all the characters in this did a good job. We had some new characters. We had Anthony Chan, who people may remember from films like Mr. Vampire, so on and so forth. He was playing Foon's boss in this one, Wong Fei, and his son within the film was played by Babyjohn Choi, and the son's name in the film is Wong Ho. So they were a couple of good new characters.
Yeah, they were good characters.
Foon has a new love interest in this one, played by Chrissie Chau, and she's really good, isn't she? Bobo. I liked her character in this one.
Yeah, definitely. And there was a bit of tension between Bobo and Hei Hei, Foon's daughter, which was quite amusing.
Yeah, it was really well played out, wasn't it? Between them, and given the obvious gap in age between Foon and Bobo, you kind of make a snap decision when you first meet and think, oh, is she going to be a bit of a gold digger, so on and so forth, because he's kind of quite successful at this stage of this story. But there's a lot more to it than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's genuine. The relationship between them's genuine, and I like it. I think it's...
Yeah, I like the depth to her character.
Yeah.
There's one scene I remember was very emotional to watch, and yeah, they really thought about the characters and developed them really well in such a short film, really. Well, not short, but you know what I mean. In a short space of time, you feel like you know the characters.
Yeah. So, as you can probably gather, we're both big fans of this one. We've enjoyed the entire series. So, the final film, the final scores are in, and I'll start off. I really enjoyed this one. I liked it equally to the originals, possibly even a little bit more, but I'm going to give it a hearty 8 out of 10.
That's exactly the same as my score, 8 out of 10 for a brilliant film.
2 thumbs up.
What do we get with a package on this one?
Okay, so this again is part of the trilogy box set. So we have the slipcase cover for all 3, which was quite nice.
Mm-hmm.
For the disc itself, this is the cover, and this is the back cover. On the inside, unfortunately, there's no interior pictures this time.
No.
But we have a slightly different picture on the disc itself, which is quite amusing. And yeah, that's it. The actual physical package is the bare bones. What we do have is nice, but there's nothing special. No exterior slipcase, no posters, no postcards, no interior artwork, nothing like that.
No.
It's a bit of a shame. The disc itself, we do have an extra this time, which is a making of, but it's only 4 minutes long. I'm not really sure that constitutes a making of, but it's on there. There's no English subtitles for it, but it was nice to have. What do you think with the package? Are we going to score this one?
I think because it is pretty much the bare minimum, even though what's there is nice, I think we're looking at 2 stars for the package.
I agree. 2 stars. So Shaz, what did you think of the picture, and what are we going to score it?
The picture quality was flawless. It was excellent. Full HD, and we're going to score it 5 stars.
So, what are the audio options, and how are we going to score them?
So on this one, there's Dolby True HD 5.1 in Cantonese. There's also a 2.0 Cantonese version. No Mandarin on this one. Yeah, it was really good. Excellent. We watched the 5.1, which was really good. We did check out the other Cantonese option, but we felt that sounded a little contained. So we definitely recommend the 5.1.
Yep. This was a pretty immaculate soundtrack. We was both extremely impressed with it. Therefore, we're going to give it 5 stars.
What are the subtitle options on this one?
So this time round, we have simplified and traditional Chinese subtitles, and also English subtitles. I didn't notice any typos this time round.
No, I didn't either.
And also, I did not notice any grammatical errors either, which is really rare on a Hong Kong disc. So yeah, very impressed. Whoever did this, good job. The pacing was okay, a little bit too fast in some places.
Yeah, I found it a bit fast in a couple places.
Yeah, from what we can gather, the translation, there was just a lot to say, a lot to cover, and not enough time to get it all on screen. But yeah, we were quite pleased with these subtitles.
Bearing that in mind, we're going to score the subtitles 4 stars. A few final words on the Yuppie Fantasia 3 before we go.
Okay, so this time, who was your standout? And why?
Well, Lawrence Cheng as Foon. I just loved his character so much more in this. I mean, I liked him before, but this film I really felt, well, it was completely centred around him, or at least I felt that more than I did in the other films. And bearing in mind he was doing the directing as well, I think his performance was incredible.
Yeah, it's a tremendous job by Lawrence Cheng in this one. Directing, starring, he was awesome. I don't think there's any way he couldn't be the standout in this film. I mean, the others are all really good, but he's just like elevated up there. It's a phenomenal performance. We both really love Lawrence Cheng in this one. I mean, he bats it out the park massively. He really does show what he's worth in this film. That being said, for me as well, we were missing Anne's character, Carol Dodo Cheng. That was sad that she wasn't in this film, but I believe this is due to her being retired from the industry. So it's understandable, and they write the story around it. So, you know, it's deal with it. He's done a great job to bring us a story continuing on from those original two films, and I feel like it's a good conclusion. Do you think?
Yeah. I wouldn't mind if they made another one.
Yeah.
I'd love it if they did, actually.
I mean, it was nice on it because we had Manfred Wrong and Peter Lai back again.
Yeah, his friends.
Foon's two friends. That was really nice to see them there again.
Yeah.
You feel like the chemistry's still there between the three of them 27 years later after the last piece, and they pick it up.
Picking like the characters up as if they just did the other film last year.
Yeah, it was just like yesterday. It was brilliant. You did a little bit of research on this one, I believe. Yeah, did you say something about radio show?
Yeah,
we've mentioned that before, but isn't it an anniversary or something?
Yeah, this film, 30 years after the original radio show came out.
Wow, 30 years after. That's a long-standing franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Larine Tang, who plays Hei Hei, was nominated as Best Newcomer at the 37th Hong Kong Film Awards.
Well done her. That shows you the level of acting in this one.
Yeah, excellent.
We also noticed at the end of this movie, there was a little nod towards another Lawrence Cheng film, Heartbreak 100, which starred Ekin Cheng and Chrissie Chau. At the end of this film, the Yuppie Fantasia 3, there's a scene where Chrissie Chau is walking down the street with Lawrence Cheng, and they pass Ekin Cheng, and they stop to have a little conversation, say, "Oh, it's been a while since we've spoken." Both of us looked at each other, having seen that film not too long ago, and thought, is this referencing each other from that film? Are they supposed to be the same two characters? It's hard to tell because you never always get them subtitled with the same names. So unless we watched it back and listened carefully, then we wouldn't be sure. Does anybody out there know? Would be interested if you do. Let us know in the comments. But yeah, it was nice to see that. A nice little pop-up by Ekin Cheng. Like him a lot.
Another interesting thing about this film, with the cover of number 3, we thought it looked like Chinese New Year sort of artwork. So we looked it up on Wikipedia. It does actually say that the film came out for Chinese New Year in 2017.
That's a nice little nugget of information, and you're particularly keen on those Chinese New Year films, aren't you?
Oh, I really like them, yeah.
Frivolity of it all. Yeah.
Is this film still available?
When I last checked, yes, it was still available. We got our copy on Yo as part of a free film box set covering the entire Yuppie Fantasia trilogy. We'll put a link in the description for the box set, which was about £27, including postage and packaging. And I'll also put a link down for part 3 by itself, in case that's the one that you want to get.
We hope you have enjoyed our review of the Yuppie Fantasia 3.
We'd like to thank everybody that has subscribed to our channel. And we'd also like to thank everybody that's viewed any one of our videos. Thank you very much. And also all the followers on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. We appreciate all the support, and we hope you stick with us. We know we've got plenty more for you. So what have we got next time on Hong Kong Blu-ray, Shaz?
Next time we're going to be looking at Enter the Fat Dragon, starring Sammo Hung.
Fantastic. Can't wait for that one. And remember, guys, be true and buy the blue.